Bishop Stephen, it's lovely to see you here on Southern Way in Harlow. So first, my question is, what are you doing here on Southern Way in Harlow?
Oh well, I'm going walkabout. Each year in my diary, I set aside some days, and I just come to different parts of the diocese. The diocese that means really Essex and East London. It's the bit of the church I serve. Bishop of Chelmsford means Bishop of Essex. And I set aside some days and I just go walk about because it's a great way of meeting people. Hey, I bumped into you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
So you started where, in Roydon?
Yeah, we started at Roydon and we're working our way. We'll finish it at Shearing this evening, and we basically go from church to church, meeting people, popping into schools and other community things as we go. This morning in Roydon, we left Roydon Church. We'd only walked a couple of hundred yards, and we went past the Roydon preschool, and they'd heard we were coming, and so all the children were sitting on the pavement in their little chairs waiting for the bishop to come by, and it was so lovely. And so I stopped and we sang some songs just on the pavement, had a little chat, and then went on our way.
On your journey through churches, you go from Roydon, you're going to go around the corner here to St James's, you'll go to St Stephen's.
Yeah.
Is each church different?
Well, yes and no. What I discover as I go walkabout all over the place is that the fundamentals are the same. What is a church? Well, it's not a building. We've got some beautiful buildings, but the church isn't a building. The church is a bunch of men and women who've been brought together by Christ, and they're trying to make a difference in their community. Now, they do it in different ways, and they're all sorts of different peoples, but those fundamentals, why we're here because of something, somewhere along the journey of our life, we've met with this person, Christ. He's changed us in some way, and now we're gathering together to try to make a difference.
These are quite uncertain times, aren't they? In many ways. And do you feel the message, your message, and your belief system is more relevant today than it ever was?
Well, I think it's as relevant as it ever was, and if there's a change, I think it's that people are perhaps a bit more open to hearing the message. I don't necessarily mean they're all coming to church. They're very welcome, but I think people are more open to listening to it. So I mean, I look at the world and I see hurt, and I think perhaps more than that, I see confusion. We don't quite know where we're going, and therefore I think when people are presented with a vision and a narrative of, well, this is how we could, I'm a simple soul, so my diagnosis for the world is that the world could do with a heart transplant. I could do with a heart transplant. I think if I live my life differently, the life that I see in Jesus is a life of goodness, gentleness, hospitality, kindness, and you don't have to be a Christian to say, wouldn't the world be a better place if we were kinder to each other? Wouldn't the world be a better place if we were more forgiving to each other? If we were shared more with each other? So I'm trying to live my life like that. I'm trying to have a different heart, and that's the message of the church, and people are interested in hearing about that.
Bishop Stephen, I see there's squash and food around the corner at St James's, so I better let you go. Thank you very much for your time.
Great to be in Harlow. Thank you.